Welcome back. So, in the previous lectures, we discussed about the materials requirement planning, that is MRP, the inputs to MRP, the outputs to MRP, and we solved problems in MRP. In this lecture, I am going to explain you one of the important topics, that is enterprise resource planning. So it is nothing but ERP and capacity planning. So what exactly ERP? Why we need ERP? So we shall take some examples considering without ERP and with ERP, and we can illustrate taking an example of a manufacturing sector. So what exactly ERP is all about? So basically ERP, that is enterprise resource planning, is a process of managing all the resources. In an organization, we have different resources such as men, material, machinery and money. ERP is a process of managing all the resources such as men, material, machinery and money, and their use in the entire enterprise in a coordinated manner. That is the definition of ERP. So in an organization we have various departments. Okay, so these modules of the various departments are coordinated and combined to make a one particular system. In the previous lectures in MRP, it was concerned about the materials requirement planning. So here in ERP, we have the various departments that are associated with the end product, such as your purchasing department, your marketing department, your sales department, your financial department, your accounting department. Everything they have to consider, and they have to be like, we have to make a particular module. So we have to combine the various departments into one such module. That particular module is nothing but enterprise resource planning. So basically here it is the practice of consolidating an enterprise, that is planning. We have a planning section, we have a sales department, we have a marketing department. So these efforts, we are going to combine one such system, that is nothing but your ERP. So basically it combines all the databases across the departments into single database that can be accessed by all employees. So basically here we are having a one such database. That database can be accessed by all the employees in an organization. So right from the top level to the bottom level. So basically this ERP is a centralized system. It is not a decentralized one. Centralized system, what is the meaning of it? Centralized system, basically you have one particular database. So that database can be accessed by all the employees in an organization, right from the top level management to the lower level management. So if I want to take examples considering this ERP, we can give n number of examples just by considering this ERP system. So say for example in a supermarket. In a supermarket you have the various inventories, right? So I'll just take one module. So that is what inventory management system. So in a supermarket we have so many varieties of products, correct? So basically those varieties of product, initially they are fed into the system. So once they are fed into the system, so you will get to know how many number of stocks that are available in the store. Once the sale is going to happen, say in 100 numbers, 30 numbers have been sold out. So remaining 70, it will display on the system. So that is what a inventory management system. So that is one particular module. So in an industry, we have the various modules such as your purchasing department, your sales department, your finance department, your accounting department, your warehouse, everything comes into picture. All these departments are combined and we are going to make one such module, that is we are going to plan in such a way that, so we are going to make one such module, that is enterprise resource planning. So if I take example of an ERP system, let us illustrate with an example of a manufacturing sector. So I hope the concept is clear enough. So basically ERP is a process of managing all the resources such as men, machinery, material and money. These are all the resources. These resources are managed in one particular software. That particular module, that particular software is nothing but enterprise resource planning. Okay, and one more thing you need to understand here. So it is a centralized one. This ERP system, it is a centralized one, centralized database, meaning so it can be the database can be accessed by all the employees in an organization. That is the meaning of centralized system. Okay, now I am going to tell you without ERP how the system it looks, and with an ERP how the system it looks. Now let us illustrate an ERP system considering an example of a manufacturing plant. Okay, how exactly an ERP it looks like. If in an organization, if we don't have an ERP system, how exactly it looks, and in an organization if we have an ERP system, how it looks. Okay, so before, say here I will consider as like before enterprise resource planning. So without an ERP, how the system will work. Okay, so here say for example a customer, he is the end user, right? So here we have a customer. So here we have a customer. He approaches a manufacturing plant, so telling that I need a particular part. So basically in an organization we have various departments. So he will approach a sales department. Okay, he'll approach a sales department. He needs a particular part order. So basically a customer, he approaches an organization, so he'll meet a sales department, he'll approach a sales department telling that I need a particular product. So this sales department, so what they will do, they need to check the parts that are available in a warehouse, correct? So sales department, they will call to the warehouse department telling that a customer have ordered so and so product, so whether the product is available or not. So basically in sales department he checks for part, correct? So if the particular part is not available in the warehouse department, so again warehouse department, they will inform what? They will inform the sales department telling that part is not in stock. If the particular product, if it is not available in the warehouse, they will again intimate to the sales department telling that a particular part is not available in the warehouse. Again from the warehouse, they will inform to a purchasing department. They will inform to a purchasing department, a customer have ordered so and so product, so that particular product is not available in the warehouse. So again from the warehouse department they will intimate to a purchasing department telling that you place an order for a particular product. So this purchasing department, what they will do, they will call to the vendor, they will inform the vendor, I need so and so product. Vendor, he will manufacture a particular product. After manufacturing, he is going to dispatch that particular product to a warehouse, correct? So purchasing department, what they will do, they will place an order. They will place an order. So again, vendor, right? Here from the purchasing department, we have something called accounting department. Accounting department. So from the purchasing department, they will send reports. They will send reports to the accounting department. Again, from the accounting department, they will release amount to the vendor, right? So they will release amount to the vendor. They will pay some amount to the vendor, and from the vendor, once they manufacture, they are going to dispatch to the warehouse. After a particular product that is available in the warehouse, this warehouse department, again they will intimate what? Again they will intimate to a sales department telling that part is in stock. So again from the sales department, he will inform the customer back telling that a particular product that is available in the warehouse and we are going to dispatch so and so product on that particular date. Again from the sales department, once they dispatch the part delivered to the customer, they will send reports to what? They will send reports to accounting section. So and they will maintain all the accounting part. So this is what, like, if we don't have an ERP system, this is how it follows. So usually in organization, basically here I will just summarize this. So a customer, he approaches a sales department. So this sales department, again he will check for a particular product that is available in the warehouse or not. If the product is available, then he is going to dispatch that particular product. If that particular product is not available, he will inform to the sales department telling that the part is not available in the warehouse. So again, this warehouse department, they will inform to the purchasing department telling that place an order for so and so product. Purchasing department, they will approach a vendor and they will place an order. So this vendor, he is going to manufacture that particular product that has been ordered by customer. So once the part is completed, he will dispatch that particular part to the warehouse department. So here, for a vendor, they need finance, right? So the company, they is going to release amount to the vendor. So once the amount, everything is finalized, they are going to dispatch that particular product. So once they dispatch to the warehouse, so that particular product is available in the warehouse, they will again intimate to the sales department telling that product has arrived in the organization. Once the product is available, the sales department, again he is going to call to the customer, and he is going to deliver that particular product to a customer. So again, from the sales department, once the sale is happening, once the sale is over, he is going to report to the accounting department. So this is how the usual process if you don't have an ERP system. So now what happens if we have an ERP system? So I say after ERP, that is enterprise resource planning. So basically, in an ERP system, as I said, so you will be having a centralized database, correct? So here you have a centralized database. So here you have a centralized database. You have a centralized database, and again here, if a customer, if he places an order, if he places an order to a sales department, he'll place an order to a sales department. So the sales department, he will be having the access for this centralized database. So here you will get to know whether you have inventory database. So whether you have a particular product or not. So again, he will tell, okay, I can dispatch the product. If there is a stock, then he will inform to the customer. So this sales department, in the previous case, sales department, he approaches for a warehouse department. That is what the traditional approach. Now what? He has access to the centralized database. In that particular database, he will get to know whether the stock is available or not. If the stock is available, he will have a commitment with the customer telling that I am going to dispatch your product on so and so date. Okay. So here, and again, so here you have a warehouse department. So here you have warehouse department. So again, warehouse department will also have the access for the inventory files. So if the stock, whatever stock is there, he is going to update in the database. Here we have a warehouse department, that is we have the inventory files. So whatever the item that is available in the inventory, it gets updated in a centralized database. So you just think we don't have a particular product that the customer is needed. So here the sales department, he will check, okay, so and so product that is not available in an organization. So here it will automatically trigger a message to a purchasing department. The system, it sends a message to a purchasing department telling so and so product is not available in an organization. You place an order to the vendor. So vendor, once he manufacture a particular product, so he is going to dispatch that product to the warehouse. He is going to dispatch that particular product to a warehouse. So again, you have a accounting department. Here you have an accounting department. Once the vendor, he dispatches a part, right? So here the vendor, he receives amount. Okay. Accounting department will also have the access to the centralized database, that is all financial database, all related to finance that has been in the accounting department. See, this is how an ERP system, so you just think, I'll just summarize this ERP system. So a customer, he needs a particular product, he approaches a sales department telling that so and so product is required. So sales department will have an access to the centralized database. He's going to check whether the parts are available in an organization or not. If it is available, he will intimate back to the customer telling that, okay, we are going to dispatch that particular product on so and so date. If the part is not available, so a message, it will trigger to the purchasing department telling that to place an order, to the vendor. So this vendor is going to receive the amount from the accounting department. So once he receives the amount, once the product is manufactured, he is going to dispatch that particular product to the warehouse. From the warehouse, they will update in a centralized database. So once that is updated, it will send a message to the sales department telling so and so product is available. Then again from the sales department, he will intimate to the customer telling that, okay, I am going to deliver your product. See, this is what the enterprise resource planning. Here in an enterprise resource planning, we have various departments. We have various departments such as your sales department, accounting department, warehouse department, purchasing department. So every departments, they have an access to the centralized database. So if you have an access to a centralized database, so you can avoid mistakes. So you can avoid errors, you can avoid duplications, you can avoid the redundancies. So if you have a proper structure, so in a coordinated manner, so that is how the ERP system it works. Say, you just think here without an ERP, it is so much time consuming. So here there might be many errors. So if from the sales department, again he has to intimate to the warehouse department again the availability of a product or not. So again this warehouse department, again he has to intimate to the sales department. So it is time consuming, right? So this process is time consuming. So whereas if you have an ERP system that is it gives the profit to the organization. So again here you have some of the limitations in case of ERP system as well. So what might be the limitation? One limitation is the people in the organization, they can't adapt easily. So base the employees in the organization. Why? Because they have to train how exactly, though it seems very simple, the thing is, so here the main drawback is it is quite expensive. Why? Because for every module we are going to convert to one particular database. So every module we are going to convert to one particular database. So this is quite expensive, and the employees who work in the organization, they are not ready to adopt these methods. Okay, so if they adopt these methods, it gives profit to the organization. If I want to tell you examples in case of ERP system, say an attendance module. That is one particular module. Again, for a ERP system, we have a HR department also. That particular HR module is also included in this centralized database. Say in a HR module, so example I am giving, if you want to maintain the attendance of an employees. So if you have a centralized system, say you have your plant is having in multiple location, your plant is available in multiple location. You can go to any of the location and you can log in through this system, right? So you can go to, say for example, if one plant is in Mysore, the other plant is in Bangalore. So and if you are in Bangalore, you can easily access, right? So you can log in to that premises, correct? So why? Because that gets updated in your database. That is one simple example. You just think here in this case, without ERP, so what? You have to go for that particular premises, then you have to log in. Again, that is a tedious process, it is time consuming, whereas adaptation of ERP is very helpful in any of the organization, because you will have a quality of work, and you will have a good productivity. It can increases profits if you have a proper ERP system. So basically in a ERP, we have many modules. That modules are combined into one particular system. That is what a centralized database.